Firemac here, and welcome back to my Endwalker playthrough for Final Fantasy 15 with me, Firemac. Still level 88, and oh, look at that! It's the last ether current. We can start flying. A dung coal is, as usual, worked up over the aether burner. I do trust you to deliver on your promise, I do. Only... I hate waiting! I want the adamantite! I want it now! We share your impatience, I assure you. Is there nothing else we can do to assist in the meantime? I meant this to be a separate episode. Whoops. I wish this setting's about unbearables. Pity the form frowns on recreational explosions. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone. I've mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain that there are better uses for your time. However, I will join you in Shirley and Hamlet anon. Any smoke rising from the building behind me will be entirely unrelated to what I didn't say, got it? To the Hamlet! You wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later. That was a weird way of phrasing that. Weird. Like, okay.
All set, I take it?
Yeah, this cutscene has its own lighting, too. Does not match what I was just in.
We finished what we could, delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals, trivial tasks as they may be.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
There's still no sign of Sid, mind you.
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end. For their part, Livingway and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Kryl. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
We shall be going to the harbor.
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news. A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested, with all speed.
Commotion? You mean the people with the adamantite?
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Oh, dude. The freaking ship from,
I'm sure it's very important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12!
from Kugane.
Surely, these can't all be.
Oh, wow. Kate Sith. Dude, all the Alliance Raid stuff are coming in here now.
Bleeding hellfire. They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. An hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamon shard.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. And furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
I do like that they're not even sugarcoating it. It's not even arse, it's just straight up ass.
Take that back.
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hancock and Saraban.
We come bearing relics both sacred and Allegan, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance. Our friends in Bosnia, for instance, have sent along a few artifacts for the brave allies of the Resistance. That's you.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements.
You said Kugane really weird, but I'll let it pass because you're awesome.
Upon learning of your need, we made haste back to Hell's Lid, with our dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause. Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease, and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally, or die trying.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time.
Yeah, that's from freaking Elise raids, dude.
Fortunately, our majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure, they tell me.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenar Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability. And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture? When?
Don't let the name fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending. When it comes to capital investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount. We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
Oh.
Mother!
Oh.
Amelians.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny-tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be ashamed to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
What? What was that? Fortunately, I was losing his mind.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways? Erenville, you were involved too.
I received a letter from Cryo after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlie. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless, undiscovered wonders. I held no illusions that they would be less demanding taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed. To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Hey, Sid! Hey!
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
Crap, what was his name? What was his name? Hey, there's also freaking Nero.
And why didn't you mention it sooner? The one time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
I think his name's Alpha?
Sid, you brought the team. Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
Is it Alpha? Crap, what was his name?
Oh,
The little
I
chocobo
nearly
guy.
forgot. We stopped by Whirlid before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius. He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise, so we offer none of the latter. What he sent is an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. Has a fair bit of refined adamantite in it, too.
As you like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard.
Dude, is Coltonik gonna talk now?
I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryle's message. So few Scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition. However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
I'm sorry, Idleshire? I'm gonna still call it Idleshire, because that sounds so much better.
I know. How the Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allagan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the gobby booms.
Fascinating as all this is, I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you. Though they chose to take their leave of Thavnair, those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better. You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse. As he traveled betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere. Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent. Ashdaya's answer was silence, as ever.
Asdaya? So is that the seventh dragon?
Tiamat and Chris-Velgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion.
Okay. That's what I needed, because I was really concerned about Hraesolgr, because I could not remember what happened to him after the battle with Nidhogg. Like, he was still around, wasn't he? So I was really concerned about that. But thank you. This also did answer my question that I also had earlier. I was making sure, was there a seventh dragon? And we just haven't heard of them. So I feel like that dragon will play a part in the future expansion, most likely. Maybe in the post. That'll be the secret that will be revealed that was mentioned. A new mystery was gonna arise, or whatever.
My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well."
Oh, Midgard Sarmo himself, huh?
Thus have I brought you his own worm scales. Fit them to your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself in.
Woo!
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent. Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the Scion's end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
Well, I feel like he's not gonna be with it.
Yes, Father?
I know not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Then I will bear it with you. I beg you, share your struggles with me. As family.
Dude, I think he just lets you keep your name and your last names.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. It was love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage. I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed. Must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative. If anything gave me pause, 'twas mine own father. The Archon Louisoix openly decried Charlian's policies, a perspective which I regarded with increasing disdain as I grew older. Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children. A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing, when he perished at Carteneau. As we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more, and be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship. I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream. You have earned the right to walk your own path, and already begun to do so.
Good. Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to have come so far.
We shall be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Millions.
Though I have wronged my children most gravely, I owe you an apology as well. I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger. Yours, in particular. I see now that said influence instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today. In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
If we've finished loitering about the harbor, might I suggest we put our plans into motion? People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You've no small number of friends and admirers here, after all.
Yeah, literally everybody from all the raids I've ever done are here. You know, except the first raids, which, well, fortunately they're stuck in the first. Lend us your strength. Our moment of triumph is close at hand. With me!
Your assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
See, that made it all worth it. All the tedium of those quests. Oh, I think another quest popped up over here. That's stuff for me to do at another time. Alright, let's talk to everybody. Dude, that's not even the end of the quest. Okay. My throat hurts from directing so many people to Labyrinthos, but that only proves that we got our money's worth. I apologize for not informing you earlier on Aravel's involvement. It was something of a contingency plan. Thank goodness we had him and his fellow cleaners to hand, though. It would have been monstrously difficult to locate Sid and transport the Hanish delegation here otherwise. I was gonna say, like, freaking Sid not showing up would be really weird, considering how much he's been a part of this game. I had no idea how massive a weight it was until he lifted it off my shoulders. But more importantly, his words were an affirmation that the path we walk is the right one. Part of me might have been satisfied so long as my family and friends survived the final days, but to save the star is what we all want most. And if those same people believe that I can help see it done, who am I to say otherwise? Come what may, I will fight for this world of ours until the very end. He really isn't a bad guy at all. He's actually a really, really nice father. Just overprotective. It's the key word here. He's learned to watch him mature. I cannot wait to see what our friends from the Ironworks do with this ship. If I never see another crate again, it will be too soon. This time has come to claim our prize. Are you prepared? Lee sent a letter along with Rodania's contribution. It seems she traveled there to aid in their adamantite recovery. Evidently, journeying to Gridania was quite the trial, as was getting into the Dama Shard, as was reaching its depths. I suspect she will have a few kind words to say about the Alligans when next we meet. Unaided, we Scions could never have gathered such a bounty, refined adamantite, relics sacred and ancient alike. I find myself quite overcome. I do believe that's everybody. We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Heidelin may be contacted. We're to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method of speaking with her is not without risks. I am curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrived with the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The Forum has already asked for my assistance in overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tataro. We're off to Aporia then. So that's most likely going to be our dungeon. He's going to tell us how to get there, and it's going to be that central part. And that's our dungeon. That's going to be our dungeon. And our reward is our talk with Heidelin. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. They're still doing this music. Firemac, I have shown the others inside. You will want to speak with Claire Lane. She has the key to the lift. I can send you down after me. What? Oh, there we go. You're with Master Fulchino, yes? Just step inside the lift here. Yes, please. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. From here, we proceed to the heart of Labyrinthos and its most closely guarded secret. Thaumazian. It marks the beginning and end of our efforts, whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. Yay, mapping! Get the experience. Whee! This is also the same quest, right? What is this? Oh. Oh, is this the thing from the actual... the title screen thing? That thing looks like it does not belong in this game. I bid you welcome to Thaumazian. Direct your attention towards its center to behold the ark over which we have long labored. As you can see, 'twas designed as a medium-sized craft, the better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. The ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I have received word that Kokol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. 'Twas by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Hyland ere they finish. Point taken, let us move on. I must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, to treat with her is not a simple feat. Oh yeah, let's talk to the crew. You feel it too, don't you? The ship is impressive, but it pales in comparison to the vast primordial power beneath our feet. 'Twould seem enchantments most advanced have been woven into the ship's very bones. Wilson and Bloida were doubtless called upon for their expertise in teleportation magics. It was the Allagans who first combined the mechanical and ethereal sciences into a revolutionary discipline. Given that the ship is nothing short of a technological marvel in that precise vein, Allagan salvage should suit it well. I doubt this is what Aaronville meant when he said that there remains much we do not know, but I still can't believe everything was hidden underneath the city this entire time. If meeting Hyland proves difficult even for the Forum, then perhaps I... Oh, 'tis an unformed idea at this phase, I'm afraid. I will duly inform you if anything comes of it. We must learn of Hyland's greater plan. We can hope that she is also knows the current location of Medion. And we can do neither if we do not focus on whatever travel awaits us within. I can well imagine the zeal with which they are working on the Aetherburner. All I can say is that I'm glad we have something to do other than get in their way. Once it's ready, we'll see to it that the ship is put to good use. So the Forum has become our allies. Like 100%. They're like not even the enemies at all, as like they tried to make it out to be. To think how many generations labored for this end, that we aim higher still. We must spare no preparation, and that means speaking Hyland no matter the cost. Alright, so I'm gonna accept this as my Reaper. I have done what I can to impress upon you the gravity of what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Yes. Yes, I am. Though I don't have space for anything, so that's a problem. Oh yeah, I can fly everywhere now. Yay, 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 yay. This is level 89 now. Yep, her children one and all is ready to lead you to Hyland at last. Alright, now I can start accepting the quest again as my paladin. I mean, start accepting the experience. We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. Oh, look at them all go. Everybody's coming. Ah! Tataru wasn't there, right? 'Cause I don't think Tataru would come down here. But I can fly now! Look at that. Look at that. I can fly! Oh. Oh. I can fly! Oh. Oh. I guess not in here. But I can fly! Why can't I fly in here? This is weird. I mean, I'm still in the zone, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm still suspecting the dungeon here, like literally right here. Oh, I probably should have talked to the crew. I didn't think about talking to the crew, but it's okay. I won't miss anything. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, what we refer to as the ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, that the physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. We utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, and once more here in Thaumazian. Thaumazian must be the dungeon itself. No sooner did the Forum decide to withdraw from Eorzea than we began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allowed us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Heideling's ever fainter echoes. The Atiascope. Atiascope. Okay, maybe that's the name of the dungeon. Atiascope. And you communicate with her through this device? For a time, yes, but since the 7th Umbral Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the Atiascope. Even so, I make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. We understand, but we are to deliver this world. We have no choice but to try. I know. Only wish we could do more than observe your progress from afar. The Atiascope's ocular lens by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard lies above us. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent that it can unravel one's soul. If we determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will recall you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability that we will extract you too early or too late. Please, allow me. I have thought upon this much, and in truth I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events at the Tower of Babel trained me, yes, but even before that, your capabilities far outstripped my own. There is no time to have a weak link in our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were otherwise. Did you say she? Yeah, okay. If I assist in the matter that Master Fulchino has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? I can think of none I trust more. Compared to all that effort you had put into keeping us alive with our souls were, in the first, preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. Even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. And she giggles. You flatter me, but rest assured that I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There is one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. What, is it going to be called the underworld now? Which name is it going to be? And its embrace is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet, what are these memories? If you think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides. Some theorize that they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you, for hatred or for love. Thus, I do caution you to be wary, but also to have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you, that they may lift you up once more. The Atioscope now accessible. There it is. See, I told you it was going to be a dungeon. And looking at the time, I can't do it in this episode! Ah, that sucks. Let's just talk to everybody first. Once you're below, you should proceed through the Atioscope to the Central Observatory. That is where the objective lens is located. We can manipulate it to direct an ethereal current deeper into the sea. Though I shall assist you in every way possible, this is your journey to make. When you're ready, I bid you step forward. I hope to guide you via Link Pearl while you're inside, but given the density of the ether, I'm not sure how long the connection will hold. Even if you can't hear me, however, be assured that I'm watching over you. Whoa, small talk. Maybe our enemies are down there, but if we've beaten them once, we can beat them again. I'm more concerned about our meeting with Hydaelyn. We may find our truth, but what if... No, I would rather not think on it. Let us move on. The Hydaelyn's against us, which would be really weird, considering how much we know about Vana, how much she's going to help us. See, she also may have been corrupted by Medion. That's also an idea. Plus, there's still the fact that Xenos is going to freaking do something. Xenos is going to do something. Let us not forget, Xenos is still around, and there's no way he's not going to take the chance to screw everything up. We have always tried to do the right thing, but we have not always been kind, nor merciful. I should not be surprised if some harbored resentment for us as they passed on. We must face these truths and meet them as they come. I now understand why these facilities are so heavily guarded. If it fell into the wrong hands, the wisdom of Hydaelyn could be dangerous, 'tis true. However, that danger is not compared to what would result should the common folk en masse venture into the Ethereal Sea unprepared, which they most certainly would. If they thought it would allow them to speak to the dead. Once that secret got out, no rational argument could dissuade people from wanting to see their loved ones, no matter how ephemeral the meeting. If some part of them remains in the Ethereal Sea, do you think... Forgive me, that's not why we're here. No matter what happens, she'll always be with us. With Reen, most of all. She'd tell us to live for the here and now. To do what must be done, and we will. While you're thinking of Minfilia. Is Minfilia gonna come back? That'd be weird. Small talk. I cannot help but think of those who were transformed into beasts. The ether dissolved to nothingness, their souls forever lost. Yeah, they're safe, and Daniel still wanders the Ethereal Sea. As do ancients who gave rise to Zodiac, setting in motion so many cataclysmic events. If there is a justice or morality at work that governs our fates, I do not know it, nor do I think any man ever will. I've seen more than enough death in my time. Friends, enemies, far too many to count. Once, revenge was all I lived for. All that hate, all that anger. What good did it do? None, that's what. The way I see it, there's no point in living for the past. It's the present that needs protecting. If Hydaelyn be unwilling or unable to divulge Medion's location, I shall see our comrades delivered to the moon, one and all. I pray, however, that this eventuality doth not come to pass. While even a sliver of hope remaineth, we must needs fight on. Okay, there, I talked to everybody. Unfortunately, I cannot go on because it's really super late and I cannot really push myself to stay up as much as I would like to. So we'll be doing the dungeon next time, everybody, because I also feel like there's going to be a trial right after, which begs the question of who we're going to fight. Are we going to be fighting Hydaelyn? That'd be weird. But also could kind of make sense, considering where we are and who we're supposed to be talking to, and the timing of the second trial. Like, There's got to be another trial before the third trial, the final trial. And they're not going to do back-to-back trials for the finale, are they? Well, they might, but who knows? I don't know. Either way, let us end the episode, everybody. Join me next time as we do the dungeon. Yeah, and maybe I'll have all the quests done by next time. Until then, see you next time, everybody. Toodles!